That's what I like to hear, Mr. Zaza. Mr. Zaza. Zaza. Yes, sirski. Oh! You're not playing. Okay. I respect the OG.
Check. See, my shit ain't hitting like these other ones. Hold on.
Few moments later.
Check. There it go. Now that shit booming.
Got it.
I ain't gonna be in the middle. I'm just gonna rock a nigga.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
We just over here talking shit, bro.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I know the camera's on, and I know we on. So what's good? You already know what it is. It's your boy Mike Green in the place to be. Cloud TV, episode 9 in this bitch. Hey, we at 9.
Right on time.
Hey, 9 right on time. You already know what it is. And we got a special guest with us. You already know we had Juan Pierce pull up with us, to kick it with the gang. You already know, so we about to, kick back, shoot the shit. About to take it to the motherfucking cloud today. You already know what it is. Did y'all watch the All-Star game? We just gonna get right to the shit. Straight shots, just boom, boom, boom.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watched that shit.
I did not watch it.
I ain't watched that shit either. I saw the highlights. I saw Steph hit the little corner 3 with the look off and hit the shimmy. Yeah. And I saw them niggas destroy Durant's team. But Durant didn't play, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
He been bad.
You know what the highlight of All-Star Weekend was for me? Instagram and Twitter. Like seeing the girls living out the U-Haul for the weekend.
Oh,
yeah, I seen that. That was pretty wild. It was a lot of women living out of U-Hauls, and then you had it was a guy in the club. They brought his bottles out, the sparklers. His hair caught on fire.
What the fuck? Yeah. They said he was doing too much.
Then a dude got beat up in the middle of the mall with his girl, bad, really bad. Then. It keeps going. Yeah, there was these dudes. They was going around robbing everybody. So basically, they went around Atlanta and they were jacking people's cars up and then taking their wheels, the entire wheel, everything.
Oh yeah, I saw the little clip. Left his joint on the bricks and shit.
Yeah. It was they did that to 20 cars, all over the city, Escalades, really nice cars that had really nice wheels on them. Took the entire wheel. Yeah, left one joint on a cinder block. Just leaning.
Yeah.
Must be that GTA, bro.
Hey, Lau told him last episode.
No, man.
He told him to go out there and be safe. They went out there with the big whips, trying to floss. Ain't been out in a minute probably. Or they been out and just being extra with the shit, and look what happened.
Yeah,
shit sitting on bricks.
He's a rapper passed away too, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
Damn, it was that much shit going on.
They killed him on the highway.
Yeah.
What?
That's the second Houston rapper to die on the highway.
Damn. Yeah, rest in peace, man. That shit is crazy, man. See, I knew they was going to go out there and wild out just the All-Star weekend and everything like that. But I thought they was going to have at least a little bit of control. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
There was no chill.
There was no chill whatsoever.
Well, if your friend, partner, significant other, anybody came back, I suggest you quarantine a little bit. Stay away for at least, what is it, 10, 14 days, whatever.
I suggest y'all just break up.
Oh, shit. just go ahead and just shut it down.
If your girl went to All-Star Weekend without you, it's over.
Finito.
Yeah, she's probably in the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, she was
crashed in the Yui.
Real talk, you seen the U-Haul, bro? Nothing but bad bitches hopping out.
Instagram
models. God damn.
That's a whole different type of new age operation. That's an operation right there. When you out there starting in the U-Haul,
look, they was putting them joints on Airbnb.
Ain't even that serious.
Yo,
U-Hauls on the Airbnb.
I'm about to
say how much?
Oh my god,
how much were they selling them jokes for?
Like what they to say?
I was like, they showing now, but they playing it cheap. Real cheap.
I mean, U-Hauls ain't really cheap though if you think about it.
They $29 for a day.
For a
Man,
van?
after you add in the mileage and
Yeah,
the
but then
taxes,
you
you're
gotta-
spending like $100 and some
Cause you
dollars.
gotta pay per mile. Like every time
Yeah.
you draw that joint, like it's like that's what the base is, but you pay like per
Probably
mile.
right on the corner, pulled up deep.
Bro, they was probably driving that joint around the city. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
like,
getting lit.
Getting
Yeah.
lit. At the same time, I feel him.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel him, but
Pulling up to other people's hotels, trying to use the bathroom.
man, they was actually living out the.
Yeah, like where did they take a shower? They were taking those
That's
wet
beyond
wipe
me.
showers.
They are not
No,
bad
we
females.
don't need that.
That's
we don't
crazy.
Need that type of shit in
we
our
don't need
life.
them type of females.
That's the
in
type
our
of
life.
stuff you don't want to teach children.
They was putting on GoFundMe's to get home. This one girl got $1,300.
Man, so they out there going out there broke.
Yeah,
So they go
And
out
already
there.
know they got that finesse.
Yeah, so they go out there broke just because they cute, and they come home with 1,300.
yep.
That's the problem.
Off GoFundMe. Off of niggas that's
That's a
home.
bag. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a bag. Shout out to the females out here doing that shit, but goddamn, bro. Shout out to the dumb niggas that's out here doing that shit. Well, who doing that, man? You need to invest in something else, man. Come on, bro. It's a lot of people out here struggling. Not even that. It's a lot of business out here that need your money. Start drinking. You need to get drunk one time, boy.
Yeah, y'all can spend that money on Cloud TV merch. Oh, y'all want to know about the merch? Oh, hold on, check it out. Dog, we'll get the zoom ins. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got the hoodies out now. You know what I'm saying? The To The Cloud hoodies. You know what I'm saying? You can get these for about $40. You know what I'm saying? We also got the zip up jumps. You know what I mean? I think them jumps is like 28. You know what I'm saying? To thecloudtv.com to get them jumps. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get your Cloud TV gear. You know what I'm saying? Support the cause, man. Support the movement, man. It's to the cloud, man.
To the motherfucking cloud, bro.
Take a sip. But yeah, I ain't spending no 13. I ain't even gonna go fund me. As soon as she sent me that, go fund me.
What's the most you ever spent on a chick on a date?
On a date, that's different. On a date, it's beyond me. Like it depends. It depends on how much I like it. If I like you,
Like the
and
first
if I got money, shit, I can say about nothing too crazy, 100 and less. Unless we go doing shit all day, like I say for a weekend. If we doing shit for a weekend, I say 250, 250 less.
Okay.
You feel me? You see?
Is
how
that
my
including the
bad-
room?
Hell,
Depends if it gets that
There's
far.
no possible way.
If it gets that far.
I
I
had to
would say
ask.
nah, it's not including the room. I can't go that far. But not even including the room or the gas. We can just drive around all day. That's a day for me. Get food. I pay for the bag. We get a little drink. Shit, Virginia Beach, 2 hours away.
See, I ain't even gonna cap. I'll probably spend like some bread. I ain't gonna lie, a couple hundred, maybe close to a stack, depending on the type of quality of woman. If I'm really trying to really do it right, you know what I'm saying?
Ladies,
if I'm
y'all
really
need
trying
to
to make
holler
an
at Mike.
impression,
First date.
you know, no, not first date.
No, that's what we talking about. First date.
Oh, first date. Oh, nah, first date.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh, nah, first. Oh, nah, my bad. My bad. No. Oh, nah. Y'all over here listening and think, nah, you ain't about to get me.
Oh my
I ain't about to be
god.
here
You already
funding.
got, bro.
I ain't about to be out here funding y'all trips. But nah, if it's all right, first date. First date, I know I'm gonna get cheeks, or first, I don't know. It's just the opportunities are endless. It can go any way. That's how we talking.
Yeah.
I'll say, man, I don't know. Because sometimes, say you in the bar, right, with Shawty, y'all hitting it off, you know the vibes is right. You get the drinking.
Yeah.
You know how them drinks, next thing you know,
drinks add
yeah.
up, yeah.
So it just depends. Hopefully it's no more than a couple hundred.
Especially if
You
you
know,
got a
hopefully. Hopefully. But you never know. She might be like, hey, yo, what's good? I'm trying to get it popping right now. Like you were saying, now we got to get the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And depending on how drunk I am is going to determine the quality of the room. Like if I'm still in my fine state of mind, like, you know, I'm gonna try to find some value in this. But if I'm lit, whatever the quickest thing,
Yeah.
an Apple Pay is a motherfucker. That shit's just face, boom, just booked.
Yeah, we met at the bar. Ain't no way we going to the crib. So, I mean, we might end up, but nah, I don't know. My trust skills ain't really that worthy. So we might slide out to the hotel, wallet MIA. You feel me? You don't even know my name, huh? But,
Yeah, then you got to factor in the Plan B pills. That's another 70.
Yep.
So y'all niggas
With
ain't gonna wrap it up.
I mean,
Well, either way, if you're getting condoms, you know,
I
that's
already said you can throw in the
that's
five.
still-
I mean, you can
condoms
throw in
ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
cheaper
I
than
mean, you
goddamn
got a
Plan
box.
B.
Full, you can buy one box.
About
After that
5,
box,
6.
No, that come with 3.
I know, but it's about $5,
It come
$6.
with 3. And after that box, it's one night, bro. It's a one nighter.
Listen,
Yeah.
y'all, holla at me after this, and I got y'all with free condoms for life. Man.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
I'm the plug.
All right.
Bet.
I got
Say
you.
less.
Let's stay
For
safe.
life. You ain't gotta
For life.
ever pay for condoms again.
Word.
No
That's a
babies
great
for
thing to
life.
Yeah.
No babies. We can make a song about no babies, but that shit gonna really drive you crazy. Cause I don't really wanna think about no baby. Babies.
This nigga.
You love the kids?
Whoa.
You love the kids? What can I say?
It just, I guess with me though, like I'll probably spend like 80 to 140.
Damn, that's like an accurate ass like.
Yeah, because like you know what I'm saying. It all depends on the chick, like what she into. Like you know what I'm saying. What if it's a chick that's an outdoors chick?
Okay.
So you be like, I bet. What we can do, we can go up to like Skyline Drive, like maybe go on a little hike, see like a lot of scenery. You know, you got to pay like $20 to get on the Skyline or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's the most
You gotta,
big.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta switch it up. Like everybody always want to say like, go to the bar or to like out to eat. You don't. Not every chick is like you don't gotta do that. Like you really don't. Like you feel me? It just all depends on the type of chick that you going with or you going for. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta see what she about. But I'm gonna spend like 180 to 140. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take her on
180?
80 to 140. 80-140. That's the range.
I tried to get him.
For a first date.
I tried to get
You know what
him.
I'm saying? We gonna do something different. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be. I'm not a cliche type of person. So like we gonna do something different, bro. Like you feel me? Like we gonna go somewhere. We gonna have a good time, and then after that we gonna grab something to eat. But then it's like, yo, what you want to eat? Type shit. And she gonna be like, ah. Then I'm gonna go on the phone. We gonna figure out what she like. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what she like, where we gonna look, where we gonna go. I'm gonna read the reviews. Like, oh, you like this? You know what I'm saying? This is the reviews on it. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be fucking with that shit. Basically. And then after that, I'm probably gonna get the cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the whole experience.
For the 140, well, all right. So what's the price of where you feel like you got to get cheeks now? Like, where's that cap?
I feel like I don't feel like if I gotta spend some money, I don't feel like I don't really want it.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like before Juan get to his, before his to his price, I gotta know you for some weeks before I take you on a date. I'll take you to the park before then.
That's a date though.
That's still a date.
I consider that's a date. Like,
And that's $3.99, right?
yeah, $3.99.
Boom.
And unless we buy some ice cream or something, but I ain't buying no ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant.
What if she hit you with
Yo.
I'm only in town for the night?
She only in town for the night. Bro, if my pockets ain't right, we gonna hit that park. I'm telling you. We gonna play that shit so chill. We gonna drive around for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna have like a 0.5, I swear. Swear to God. We gonna drive around town for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna have a full tank. 0.5 though. It's gonna be sad.
0.5 playlist ready.
Yeah, playlist
Get the
and
vibes
everything.
right.
Playlist and everything. We gonna pull up to the park. I'm gonna spend like 35 minutes there. I'm like, alright, you gonna slide? We gonna literally see. Get
Just
some
off the
food.
vibe, yeah.
Off the vibe, literally. I'm like, you hungry? Boom, get some food. Shit. Then it's on her for the rest. I ain't gonna say it's on her, but I'm gonna play it chill. Like, you feel me? That's just if the vibes right.
If the vibes is right. Yeah,
Vibes
fact.
right.
If the vibes right, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come straight out with it. Yo,
First time we meet.
you trying to get it in, like, you know what I'm saying? That shit usually work. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like beating around the bush, like if you go straight direct, you know what I'm saying? After the vibe. You got a vibe first. If you think that, you know what I'm saying, y'all connected, you might as well just shoot your shot, you know what I'm saying? Because you see Curry, that nigga, him and Lillard was hitting half quarters.
Yeah, I'll take it to where I've been. Take it to
So
the
it's
hood.
possible, nigga. They was swishing them bitches too.
Drive around the hood for a second. Yeah, for real. Drive around where I've been.
Hell yeah. So Juan, well, yeah, I'm about to say. So how much you spending on the jump?
To piggyback off what he was saying, I definitely have to have several phone conversations before the date just to make sure she's sane and a credible person before I go in public with her. Even if I meet her in public, I feel like you got to get to know her because you don't want to go out and just be with a lunatic because I've done that before. I've been on a date with a girl who had multiple personalities and I didn't know until we got on the date, and shit went left, you know. But I think the most I've ever spent on a date, the first date, was probably like in the 300 range. But it wasn't because I was trying to flex. It was because I picked an expensive restaurant by accident. I didn't know. So I was in Shackle Bottom, and I was looking for a restaurant, and the one we wanted to go to was closed. So I was like, oh, let's go to the Tobacco Company. I did not know the Tobacco Company was that expensive, and of course, she literally went to the most expensive thing on the menu. Like literally.
She browsed the menu, tried to figure out what the most expensive shit was, and ordered it. I know she did it. I watched her, right? And to add insult to injury, the waiter flirted with her the entire time. And so I was trying to, keep my cool, whatever. I kept like, just asking him like, hey, can you bring me this, whatever. And it wasn't like she was giving him like any play. She wasn't entertaining it, but it was just awkward because he's doing too much. And now we're on the third floor, and I'm about to throw him over the balcony and go to jail. So I'm about to catch a charge on my first date, and
I have a heavy charge on my card on the first date. So there's going to be a lot of charges everywhere. My car, my record, everybody's getting charged. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to charge him. Like, everything's getting charged. You know what I'm saying?
So you had to pick your charge.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I paid that like $3-something.
Damn.
And that was no tip, because I didn't leave him a tip.
And he probably understood.
No, he had to.
When you bring the bill up.
He felt that.
Yeah.
No tip.
Damn. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh. You get the cheeks?
Absolutely not.
Didn't?
After the first date, bro, me and her were just like, I hated her. And when I met her, we met at a club, right? It was her sister's bachelorette party. They were from Hampton. And she's just, just beautiful chick, right? Like, you go to Hampton, all the women, for the most part, just gorgeous. They don't even look like they're real. They're like they were born off a Tumblr or some shit, right? So, me and her hit it off at the club, whatever. She was acting kind of high maintenance in the club, but I didn't know that was how she was as a person. So then when we got to the spot, she was super bougie. She was super rude. Like, she just, it was just, yeah.
A lot of cons, not that many pros.
Yeah, the only pro was she was fine, and that's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. I swear it's not enough.
Yeah.
Conversation ain't right. You gotta do.
I think sometimes that just be like in our areas too, like, you know what I'm saying? Us being in VA, you know what I mean? Like, it's a, you know what I'm saying? It's not really balanced, you know what I'm saying? But you go to like a big city, you know what I'm saying? You go to like Denver, New York, Cali, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like, where there's more people. Like, it'd be more badder joints. Like, basically when all the bad joints like in the same vicinity, you're like, you know what I'm saying? They usually be chill, yo. I've been noticing like VA just be on some, like the females out here just be on some different shit. But like it's some cool chicks, you know what I'm saying? But most of them joints is locked up, or like, you know what I'm saying? They locked in. They already got their shit going on, like, you know what I mean? Like, they already off the market. So
yeah,
it's tough.
Here in Richmond, let's say Virginia as a whole. Me as a party promoter, what I've seen is a lot of people here, they start life early. So they. Like, if you go to D.C., you go to New York, Miami, L.A., like, it's people in their 30s that are late 30s. They don't got no kids. They're partying all the time. They go out every weekend. They popping bottles. That's their lifestyle. But here, a lot of people, they get wiped up early. They start a family really early. They are, living like they're in their 30s, in their early 20s. They have responsibilities. They're working crazy hours. They don't go out a lot. They don't hit the club a lot. If they do, they're going out of town, but that's just not their lifestyle here. So it's really just backwards. You think about it.
Shit's just more family oriented.
Yeah, way more family oriented.
That makes sense though. So much motherfucking land shit.
Really don't party a lot. How it always been. I always say to be the baddie for real. Always been like, cause I don't really go out a lot unless it's like some money wise, like a gig or something.
Or unless it's one of my events.
Yeah, unless it's one of his events.
Juan Pierce presents.
Right, unless it's one of his events. But if it ain't that, man, I don't really go out a lot, man. So I be meeting baddies at, like, stores, man. I swear, bro. It be so weird.
So you pick them up at Target or Walmart?
Shit, any store. It can be a gas station.
Okay.
I feel like gas station is like the worst one, but at the same time, it can still be chill, depending on how you approach them. But
I like the grocery stores,
yeah,
man.
I like grocery store. I say, like, it's somewhere down the short from, bro. I swear it's like a store down there, man. You just pull up and like, man, I ain't leaving this parking lot. Yeah, like, it's a store down there. I'm like, I ain't leaving this parking lot.
You see, he ain't give up the name, y'all.
Yep.
That's crazy. niggas ain't your niggas.
Cause y'all gonna see my car down there. They gonna see my car. I'm gonna be down there. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay.
But let me ask y'all a serious question though, because as y'all know, Virginia is opening up now a little bit more. It's what is it, 12 now?
To midnight.
Till midnight. So do you feel like it's too soon to be going back into that realm, or do you feel like it's right on time? Because niggas has been inside for a long time, or been walking that fine line of trying to have a little bit of fun but being safe at the same time. So how y'all feel about that?
I feel like it's about time.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're gonna be opening till 10 p.m., right? You can have the same rules in place. You can still do the same thing you're doing, the social distancing, whatever. You can do that until 2 a.m. if it's capacity of people. But the thing was, a lot of people weren't all playing on the same rules. So you had some venues who were strict and following what the governor wanted, and then you had people who were, just bucking it, doing whatever they wanted, and people just kept getting violations, shut down, and they kept having outbreaks from certain
venues, so they just shut everybody down. But when they did that 10 p.m. thing, it really put everybody on an even playing field.
Come on. What Juicy say? He like, shut the fuck up! Yeah. Look, I got immaculate vision, no cataracts in my pupil. Don't understand my decision, so I don't need your approval. I'm a motherfucking villain, just like you see in the movie. But still a motherfucking hero, stay low key like a casino. Hear no evil. In a cafe, or sometimes on a crowded street, I've been near you, but you never noticed me. My cherry of love, won't you tell me how could you ignore that behind that little smile I wore? I wish that you were mine. La
I forgot what the fuck we were talking about. Pandemic.
And he was speaking on the differences between like what 10 and 12.
Oh yeah, 10 and 12, the pandemic. Yeah. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like my event this past Tuesday at Hollywood Hookah, I do tacos and tequila Tuesdays over there. Ooh. So this was the craziest night that we've had since November.
Was it jump?
Yes.
I already know it was.
Lit to the point
I already
that we
know.
had to bring tables from upstairs, downstairs. Like,
and I bet you that business too was like loving it because they ain't
oh, yeah,
seeing the money like that, but then having
it's been a while. It's been a while. A lot of bottles were being popped on a Tuesday. It looked like a Saturday in there.
Club going up.
The weather breaking too. It's about to be daylight savings time.
Y'all need to pull up tomorrow too, by the way.
What's going on tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Tuesday.
What did I just tell you about?
Tuesday.
Pull up.
Put a little
Got
hot
the
sauce.
club going up on a Tuesday.
So
We can get lit.
So for all our viewership that doesn't know, Juan, party promoter, club promoter, one of the best promoters in the area, does his thing. All his parties is lit. Like if you're in the Richmond scene and you're trying to find somewhere to go, you got to pull up on Juan's events. Like second to none. It's the best you're gonna find around here and a lot of other places. Period. Like the shit is official. But as far as the adjustments you've had to make during the pandemic, has it really hurt business, or is it something that you can look forward to? Like now, since everything's about to open up, I can really make up for the time that has been taken away because of everything.
So it really hurt business. Then it was lit. Then it was really hurt again. So it was like God took it away, gave back, they took it away. Like I was fucking with you, and I was like, oh man, like yo, why you do that? Like I was really hurt.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, man, I was killing it. I went into 2020 expecting it to be the best year of my life, right? And I've been alive for, at that point, 32 years. I'm about to be 33 this year in a couple weeks. But I expected it to be the year that I finally broke the mold. I broke every barrier that I always wanted to cross and stuff like that. And I had already been doing pop-up events in other cities and states. Like I've done Orlando, I've done Atlanta, I've done New York, I've done Charlotte, I've done DC, 7-5, all this type of stuff. But when I went into 2020, I had an event that I did in New York, right? And it went so well that the owner pulled me to the side and it's like, how can we do this every Friday? So living in Richmond, I was doing an event every Friday in New York from 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. in Manhattan in Times Square. Lit. Midnight brunch. Movie. Every week. And, that was an incredible experience for me to have one of the most popping events on Saturdays in Richmond, a super popping event in New York, and then I was still doing my brunch on Sundays and, stuff like that. So I was looking forward to having an event in LA. I was working on an event in Koreatown. I had an event that was supposed to happen in Houston and Dallas and Tampa. I had events lined up in Richmond that hadn't started yet. Cabana Thursdays, my $2 Tuesdays hadn't started yet. My Fridays none of that had started yet. And then as soon as March comes around, everything's wiped off the board, right? And so this is my bread and butter. This is how I was paying on my bills. So it was just like everything was taken away. Plus, I got into a car accident on January 1st, like 3 a.m., right? No, 4 a.m. 4 hours into the new year. Damn. 2 blocks away from my crib, right? That's crazy. Lexus gone, And so I was trying to restore that. Got into like a huge situation, started depleting a lot of funds. Then the guy who's supposed to fix my car, he ran off with the parts. He moved his shop, everything. Left my car still out there for months, thinking that it was about to be fixed, right? So it was just a very testing time. And then in, I think, June, everything started to reopen. So I started my Tuesdays back, and it was lit, right? So, not to go into the crazy finances, but it was like, at that point, I was able to take care of my rent just for one Tuesday night. So that was lit to have that back, be on that magnitude, because Tuesdays, again, were looking like Saturdays, Then I started the Thursdays, and I started 2 events on Fridays, 2 events on Thursdays. Then I had my Sunday brunch, and everything was popping again. And I did the Halloween bar crawl, the Purge bar crawl. They put me on the news for that, right? Every news station was bashing me. Oh, he's doing a bar crawl during the pandemic. It was lit, right? So
the news was bashing you.
That's crazy. It was crazy. I was all over the they were
damn.
I still got the voicemail. One dude he called me from the news, and he was like he was gonna try to give me a chance to defend myself because it's going on air in a couple of hours. So call back if I want to make a statement. And I was like,
that's connections right there.
Yeah, I mean, he it was kind of like a threat almost. It was just like, yo, listen, if you don't call me back, we're just going to publish our version.
Yeah, just go with their narrative.
Yeah, we're just going to go whatever we're saying. So if you want to try to defend yourself, you need to return my phone call. And that was just crazy because I'm like, yo, they really turned up on me. But actually, it turned into the best promotion ever. The tickets were already almost sold out, and that killed it. Like, tickets were sold out. So that was great. But then after that, man, headed into December, like the end of November, that's when the governor shut everything down. It's like, okay, 10 p.m. So it was just like, damn, what do we do? So for the first couple of weeks, everybody was scared to do events. Then we started doing events again, and it was just like, it was good, but it really wasn't the same. Like, you didn't have as many people out. Because people were kind of like, yo, I don't want to go out that early. Because you had to do it like a happy hour, like a dinner party. Everything had to start at 5 p.m. and end at 10 p.m., right? So just in the last couple of weeks, it had just started to pick up because people were just so bored. So in the last couple of weeks, you had people getting drunk, fucked up by 10 p.m. Like, they're like wobbling, like they're done. And they're ready to go home now because they're so lit. They've been drinking since 5 o'clock, So that was kind of a wild thing to see. But now that we're back at midnight, I think things are really going to heat up,
Hell yeah.
So the city's going to start making money again because so many places are closed that won't be able to reopen again.
Yeah. That's a sad thing about all this, man.
Yeah. And that's all over the world. You had some of the biggest clubs in DC, even Miami, like places like that You know, they're just done. You know, Atlanta was the only place that was thriving the entire time.
Yep, because they never shut the fuck down. They was
Yeah.
out there just living. Then I heard it was some places that would act like they're closed. They would board up the windows, and then they had like secret parties. You had to have like the secret password.
Oh yeah, they've been
and
doing
all
that
this
in
other
New York,
shit.
Underground. They've been doing that. They've been doing that in like all the major cities, man. But
We're doing that all over.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But how did you get into promoting, man? Like we want to know your story, man, because you've had a lot of success, but just being in this world, you see a lot of promoters that come and go and really don't have that, I guess, longevity or that imprint to really, you know, stay with it or may get discouraged. But what has been keeping you going and being able to be successful?
Well, what's keeping me going is ascension. Just knowing how to transition through the different crowds, like the younger markets, and still giving the people my age what they want, being able to like relate to the crowd and just understand the direction of where it needs to go, not where it is going. And I've always tried to do things differently as far as the type of crowd that I have, the type of atmosphere I have. And I feel like that's what sets me apart from a lot of event planners in the city. You know, for the fact that I try to set a bar, and a lot of people just see it like it's just Richmond. So I feel like if you treat a side hustle like a side hustle, that's what it's gonna be forever. Like you're giving low quality, low energy, you're not gonna really make a lot from it, you know, and you're not expecting anything from it. But I treat it like a business, like a legit company. Like this is professionalism. And I treat my brand like it's my child.
Right.
You know, I protect the brand at all costs. So I don't really collaborate with a lot of people. I keep a lot of promoters blocked on social media, just because I want tunnel vision. You know, I don't want to, no pun intended, I don't want my judgment clouded. Right? See what I did there?
Yeah.
But I got into promotion because when I was 15, 16, and I still dabble into it. I was doing music really, really heavy, and I was in a group, and then we broke up, and I just started doing my solo thing, and that's the age of MySpace because I'm an old head. And on MySpace, I was really able to create my own lane in that digital world where I had 22,000 friends on MySpace, and I had 100,000 plays on my music. So I had club promoters here at teen parties and 18 up hitting me up when I was 16, booking me to host or perform at teen parties or 18 up events. And once I turned 17, I had club owners coming to me directly trying to get me to host 21 and up stuff. So I'm 17 in the 21 up club with my homies who are all 17. Oh yeah, we got some of them got drinking wristbands. Some of them, and I didn't even drink at this point. So it was just like it was wild to see that lifestyle and see the other side and meet celebrities and be out there. And once I saw how much money they were kind of making, I don't want to say just off of me, but because I was a part of that, and I was like, damn, I need to do this for myself because I know all these people. And my first event I ever did, it just bombed. It was horrible. Like literally, not a soul came. Right? Not one person. Like nobody. Like it was completely empty. And I was just so blown. I was like, yo, what did I do wrong? And I just thought about it, and I was like, I felt like I made it too much just about myself. Okay. And so the second event, I gave it a theme, got a better flyer. I went heavy. I networked. I called out favors. I hit everybody up I knew. And my second event ever, which was a teen event at that time, I was young. It was packed. And we went to capacity, line down the block. It was like, wow, like I did this. And from that point on, I was just doing it here and there. I wasn't consistent with it because I didn't know if I wanted this to be a thing or not, or if it was just something for some money. I was treating it like a side hustle. And then I remember it was the night Obama won the election, right?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I had just got a job working at
everybody remember that night.
Working at Hewlett Packard, right? And it was like an overnight job, and I had worked there one night, and then the next night it was election night. Obama won, and I remember I'm in tears, yo. I'm marching on Broad Street, it's thousands of people, and And I just felt so inspired, and I was like, yo, bro, I just felt like I could do, I was motivated. I could do anything. And I called and quit my job.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, yo, like literally out of passion, I quit my job, and I told him I wasn't coming back. And the next day, you know, I had a meeting with my soon-to-be business partner, Terrence Walters, and we made my first LLC. You know, it was called No Limitations Promotions, NLP, and we took off running. We had our company cards and everything, debit cards, everything. We had two of my roommates as employees, and like we're getting paid every week. And we're doing a club that we're doing 300 people every Friday, and it's lit, you know? And then the team expanded. It just grew and grew and grew. And me and him decided to do different things business-wise. And I had another company called Climatic Nation. By the time we got to Climatic Nation, I had a bigger venue that had 4 floors and held 1,000 people, right? And we had a 60-man street team. We had a street team in Virginia State, at Virginia Union, VCU. We had University of Richmond and people who were locally from Richmond, because I'm locally from Richmond. And bro, the guest list every Friday was like between 800 to 1,200.
Damn.
Every Friday. The line at like the event started at 10 o'clock. The line started at 8:30. People be out there for an hour and a half. Waiting,
Yeah, I remember them
like,
days.
In the heat, in the cold, in the rain, in the snow. People's out there, you know, and I was young, and I was 18 and up, and it was just like, yo, that was a move. But even back then, I didn't really know the business like I should have, so I was getting finessed, man. And you know, I was thankful for the opportunity, but I didn't realize, like, yo, they had me in a deal where every week when we got there, the budget was $5,000. So every time I got there, I owed $5,000. So I had to literally make $5,000 before I made anything. Now I still was walking away with a stack, you know, me and my business partner, after we split, we paid other people, but you know, the money was good, but it was just like, yo, we were paying for everything. We were paying for all of the staff in the venue. We were paying for charter buses, 2 to 3 charter buses. We were paying the radio budget. We were paying 6 DJs because we had 4 floors. We were paying flyers, grab, like we literally, like, yo, it was wild.
All the work.
Yeah, we had to literally pay for everything, so it was pretty wild. So as I got older, I started to have more conversations with people who kind of like guided me, like Say from Street Rats and Fat Cat, and Fat Cat, like, I don't even know if he will remember me having that conversation with him, but we had some conversations where he was just telling me like what he was on now, and he was like, yo, I'm not doing no events unless I get a bar percentage. And I was like, word, why is that? And we started talking, and he started doing some math with me. And I was like, holy shit, you know? So at that point, you know, I'm older now, I just switched to 21 and up events, and most of my events are free, right? And I feel like it's easier for me to do that and get people in the door and get a bar percentage and be able to just eat off of that and make good money, you know, by myself. And a lot of other promoters who were on the outside looking in, it was like, yo, how's he making money? He's not making no money. Yeah. You know, they tell everybody all his events is free, he not charging at the door, whatever. But, you know, I look at them and I'm looking at people who were like, it's like 12 names on a flyer, right? Everybody trying to charge people to get in. You trying to, you know, hit people in the head, people you know, people you don't know, like whatever. And everybody not gonna come out every week, you know? Yeah, so it's like, yo, like you really trying to make something, but you're still walking away with just a couple $100 after all that work, after all that stress, after all that argument at the door, everything, because you didn't pay for everything and you had to break bread at the end of the night. Everybody got their hand out. It's just me, you know? And with me, it's just like, I'm a very creative person, so I like to come up with my own themes, my own events, my own lanes, and I'm a social chameleon. I blend in with everybody. So I have events that are more predominantly for like black young professionals. I have an event that are predominantly diverse. You know, you have white, Asian, Middle Eastern, you have black, you have African, you have Latino, you know, and then I have my Latin nights, you know, and I'm black, you know, and I can't speak Spanish, but I understand how to put together a party.
Yeah.
You know, I understand. So I study different cultures. I study different social circles. I blend in. I talk to these people. I figure out what it is that they want, where they want to be, which venue, what atmosphere will work for them. And I'm like an architect. I put that together. I reverse engineer my experiences to be tailored to whoever they're meant to be for, so that they're going to have a good time. And the number one thing for men, when you come in, you want to see more women than men. Most of my events are predominantly women, right? I take care of them. I'm not a creep. I'm not trying to sleep with everybody. I'm not that type of guy. I'm on energy where, hey, listen, I really appreciate you being here. I truly do. And I let you know that. And I introduce myself, and, you know, I want to become friends with these people because now this is my circle, you know? And people, once they know you a little bit better, they trust you. They trust what you're giving them because you've delivered, and it's a cool atmosphere for you to be in, you know? And I have these different niche groups to where I don't have to lean on one crowd every night. I don't have to depend on, you know, Fox to come out every week. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna see him maybe once a month. But when he come out, he gonna show love. He gonna pop his bottles. He gonna do what he do. You know? But every time he comes out, he enjoys himself. So we have that good rapport that I might not see him every time, but I'm gonna see him, and he's gonna rock with me when he comes out. You know, he knows that's a move. You know, he don't show up with nobody. He show up dolo, and he like, yo, what's good? Let's get it. I'm like, let's rock.
Get the party started.
Yeah,
pop that joint off.
Yeah, man. But I think that consistency is key. You know, just providing quality and being a good person, because people really when you're a promoter, they don't just look at what you're doing, because anybody could put up a flyer and you could post it to a billion people. If they don't really know you, the flyer might look dope. If you ain't got no celebrity or anything, if you ain't really giving away to, open bar or something like that, even then they may not come out because they don't really know you. But once enough people know you and they vouch for you, they like, yo, this is my, it's my guy right here. I'm gonna go support. I'm gonna, whatever. It's like a domino effect. Everybody just showing love. People are reposting it without you asking them to do that. People are just showing up. People are bringing friends. People introduce you to their friends, because they want people to know you. They want, that same experience for their friends of knowing, hey, this is the promoter right here. This is the guy, and this is why we're here, And it's a great thing, man. So I've been able to experience things I never in a million years would have got to experience. I've been around the celebrities. I've done parties that were 1,000 plus, and I remember being a young kid, all I wanted to do was just be a rapper and tour and perform in front of people, right? And for a while I felt kind of jaded with that experience, that I kind of let myself down. But then I thought about it, it's like, I'm not just a party promoter, I'm a host. I'm on the microphone in front of hundreds of people every week for the last decade of my life. I've been doing it, It's been in a different way, but, nightlife has not only saved my life, but it transformed my life. It opened up so many doors because I built so many relationships, even with y'all. But, I got other bigger job opportunities because of nightlife. And I've met people it's insane, man. So it really took me down this rabbit hole, and it brought me out in this fantasy world that I had to learn how to navigate, and I had to learn to distinguish between reality and fantasy, right? Because everything isn't always as it looks, so you have to be able to take things with a grain of salt, even if it looks incredible, this, whatever. Just take it with a grain of salt. This is still business at the end of the day, and this is a lifestyle. So.
Hell yeah, that's dope, bro. For real, because I remember when I first got to Richmond, when I was at Union, and we always used to hear about your parties and stuff, and you can always tell the difference between your parties and other people's parties. It was just a completely different vibe altogether. It was always a good time. The shit was dope, and it was crazy because I knew of Juan, but I didn't get to know him until we all got together and we started kicking it with Duff and everything. And like he's saying, he's a nice guy. He's approachable. You can always come up to him, ask him questions, just pick his brain, try to get information on, you know, some things that maybe you can do better just from his experiences. And that's why I've always fuck with Juan for that, because a lot of people, they're not even like that. Once they hit that level, it's like, nah, fuck that. You got to go through the shit and figure it out on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not like that. He's willing to, you know, offer guidance. You know what I'm saying? And we need more people like that, and I appreciate that, for real.
It's a cool story too, bro.
Thanks,
Being
bro.
that young, you know what I'm saying? And like to see how the game was, you know what I'm saying? Then you, like you said, you reverse engineered the whole situation, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, man. Like
built a living off of something that you didn't see at first, you know what I'm saying? But you took the opportunity and you went full speed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Say turn the side hustle to a main hustle. And that's essentially what a lot of people want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of jewels in what you said.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be cool to like hear this back. You know what I'm saying? Just because a lot of stuff you said was facts, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
thank
Like you can apply what you said to a lot of other things in life.
Facts.
Yeah, everything in life, man. Like, you know, it may take more time. It may, you know, you may have to put more energy or effort into it, but anything that you do as a side hustle, you can maximize off of it and turn it into, this is now what I do, you know? Like, but it really comes down to networking. It comes down to doing research, you know, making sure that you understand the business, you know, because even with me getting ground experience, me getting learning experience, I still had to go to YouTube. And I was like, you know, I was doing all this, like, just research, like, who are the biggest promoters, you know, like, not just black, but just the world, like, how are they living? I was Googling them, trying to figure out who promoted at which clubs and which cities and stuff like that. And some of them I got to meet, but I remember what inspired me first is my cousin Sean P. We had a conversation when I moved back to Richmond, and I was like, man, I want to do this party thing full time, whatever. We had a conversation, and Sean P. has always been that person that plays devil's advocate. He gonna support you, but he gonna say, all right, now you want to do this, but all right, what's the downside? There's always a downside to something, he said. And he was just like, yo, you have to figure out, you know, who's your competition. And I was like, well, I know I'm gonna kill my competition. He's like, but what if you kill your competition, now it backfires on you? You know, because sometimes you need competition. Like McDonald's low-key needs Burger King, you know, because and it's a deeper psychological reason why, but that made so much sense, you know, for heaven to mean something, you need hell, you know.
Batman needed Joker.
Yeah.
So just to mean something.
What's good? It's your boy Mike Green from Cloud TV, your one-stop shop capturing the hip-hop culture through our eyes. Our page offers live performances, blogs, and our podcast called Cloud of Judgment. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us at @_to-the-cloud, and check out our website, tothecloudtv.com, for exclusive content and to purchase some of our merch. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and share. To the Cloud.
So, you know, once I did my my research, and I came in so smooth because he gave me that game. He gave me that knowledge. He said, do your research, figure out who is promoting the who's going where. And I looked at it, and it was only 2 companies in Richmond at the time that were really killing it. And once I did research, I figured out that, okay, these people have VCU crowd, but they only have the juniors and the seniors. This person has Virginia State crowd. They only have the juniors and the seniors. This is when Little Caesars used to be at VCU's on campus, right? I spent like $100 at Little Caesars, got all these $5 pizzas. I went and sat on VCU's campus, started giving out free pizza to everybody. It's like, hey, you want some pizza? It's free, whatever. I had cheese, I had pepperoni, whatever. I just wanted to meet people because I had just moved back. Yeah, so I started making friends. I started making friends. Then I went and got some Krispy Kreme donuts. Came back, did the same thing another day. I started making so many friends and people out there. And most of them I already followed on Facebook because I just got on Facebook and I wasn't at popping yet, but I added like a couple hundred people on Facebook. So when they met me and I said my name, they like, oh shit, you're real. And that started to be an ongoing joke because everybody was my friend on Facebook, but nobody ever met me. They weren't in class with me. And they were like, does he go here? Like, who the fuck is he? He has all these friends in common. We don't see him, you know? So that's what my email address to this day is juanpierceisreal@gmail.com, right? And it was based off of that. because that was an ongoing joke. Like, oh shit, he's really here. This is Juan Pierce, and so many people had that same just like reaction. I was like, wow. And I got to meet these people, and then after meeting them for a while, I was like, by the way, I do parties. I didn't tell them that at first.
Yeah.
I just wanted to like, get in there. I'm a promoter. I'm having a party. You having a party? Everybody's coming now. So now I have my own niche, right? So I started doing some like hole in the wall parties at this spot on near campus, and I started doing pajama parties, and it was like the sweatbox, as everybody used to call it, because we're young. Nobody could really drink. Everybody was just trying to party, charging to get in. And then the next year I elevated. And that's when I went to a real club. And we had the dress code, and everybody's getting sexy, everybody's getting dressed up, whatever. And I started to change because I was still a little rough, I was still a little ratchet, right? Because I'm from Richmond, like whatever. I was dressed like 6X everything at first. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute. It took me a minute. When I first moved down here. I'll never forget, I was messing with this chick, man. She was a little older than me, and me and her, we hit it off, right? And it was her birthday, and we went back to her spot after the club, and things went right, And the next morning I woke up, she's gone, and I'm in her crib, I'm in her bed, right? And I'm like, but I'm tired, so I go back to sleep. I'm like, I don't know where she at. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I went back to sleep, and next thing you know, I'm woken up because these bags are being thrown on me, right? So I'm like, the fuck? So I wake up, and she had all these shopping bags on top of me and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Oh, she was like, yeah, I just did a little shopping. And she's like, this is all my stuff, and this is all your stuff. Oh. She went to Express and dropped like $500 on me at Express. Changed my whole wardrobe. Changed my whole lifestyle. Like, bro, that's skinny.
That stroke must have been good.
Listen, bro.
Pause.
And I got a new cell phone.
Pause. All that shit. And
I got a new cell phone.
You bust that shit down.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like, bro.
He came and saw and conquered that night.
I got a new cell phone and a whole new wardrobe.
To the cloud,
Yeah, it was wild.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So
you don't hear that every day. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, yeah.
Hey, I'll keep on doing that shit too. If that's what you get. You get cell phones and clothes. And
hey, man,
I made some money.
Wild,
I got the bag.
So after that, it was just like, I kind of like, I liked that look on me. And I was like, all right, boom, I'm going to take this and run with it. So I started dressing myself. I'm like, yeah, I got to go to the mall a lot more now. And I'm shopping. I'm going to different stores. At first it was DTLR. Now I'm in Express. I'm in H&M. I'm in Forever 21. I'm in other places. And I saw the reaction I was getting from different calibers of women, who I always wanted, but I couldn't approach them because at first I looked too,
urban.
I would say just too like not just a little bit too aggressive for them. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For the type of women these were. And so once I was more approachable, they wanted to talk to me the whole time. They're like, oh, hey, whatever they do, okay, boom. So it was great, man. But as I look now at the way things are going, and just with events and stuff like that, I feel like it changed and saved my life, because literally when I was 20, I remember my 20th birthday, I woke up, right? And the first thing I did was walk to my best friend's grave, right? I walked about 20 minutes to his graveyard. And when I got there, I just kind of broke down. I was crying. I was talking to him because I did not expect to live that long. Because everybody I went to school with was literally either dead or in jail. Like, if I go through my school book, I can just X off people. Like, they're gone. Damn. Either they're gone for life or their life is gone. So those are the two dynamics. And coming from a father who, he used to be in the streets, he changed his life around, whatever. He had got shot 6 times, like he had been in jail, like all these things happening. And it was just like, yo, I did not expect to make it as far. And then I didn't expect to make it to 21. So when I went to his grave, like, I was just scared that this is my last year on earth, because they said that a lot of people don't make it to 21. So literally I was in fear of turning 20. Because I felt like it was my last year, and that's how naive I was. Just on some, I'm in that.
No, I feel
I'm in that.
Same
You know what I'm saying? I was a product. I don't want to say a product of my environment, but my mindset was a product of the environment, to where I was terrified that I was gonna die. So once I started doing nightlife, started being around different people and meeting new people, it was just like, yo, I was more at ease. So I was like, yo, I ain't gotta worry about, nothing happening. I don't gotta worry about, it's nobody aggressive. Like, it's like everybody, it's all love. I was just around so much love. And I literally, I felt like, you seen WandaVision?
Yeah.
So you know how she created that reality? I felt like I created my own reality around me. I put all these people in my life that I wanted to be in my life. I made my social circle a certain way. I made my lifestyle a certain way, So I created this perfect reality for myself. This is my bubble.
Yeah.
But my bubble was just encompassed the city. So it was like the same place I've always been, but now it's new. I don't look at things in the same light anymore. I don't look and see shadows. I look and see light, joy, love, happiness. People are just happy. They want to be happy all the time. That's why people party so much, because they want to feel happiness. They're trying to feel something,
So the nightlife made you switch your perspective on life.
Yes. It like literally complete just epiphany, and it was just like I kept learning more about myself. Like even till this day, I feel like you never stop learning. But who I was coming into this, I'm not that same person. Yeah, I grew, and I feel like my mindset, the way I approach things, the way I approach people, I'm more like I want to consume knowledge. I want to just listen. I don't want to just talk all the time. I want to, just take it in, let it marinate, then respond, and
I love
whatever.
being a sponge, bro.
Yeah,
Taking the
and
information.
because you get inspired by the littlest things, man, and it just you never know who's gonna say something because I don't never downplay nobody. I don't never when I meet new people, it's just like, all right, cool. This is an opportunity for me to gain some knowledge, and sometimes people just talk a bunch of bullshit. They don't really talk anything, but all right, you took that time to figure that out. And for me, it's like, I've been blessed to just be able to sponge with some of these great minds and be in these rooms and be in these conversations and stuff that I never thought I would be in. So I'm like, this is great. I've had a lot of great opportunities.
Hell yeah.
And it's funny because at one point in life, when I was 16, I met Drake, right?
Okay.
So I'm in a music video with Drake, right?
This is like what? He's like...
I was 16, so he wasn't on Degrassi anymore. It was just like reruns at that point.
Okay.
But when I met him, it was like, he was unsigned. Like, he was just like, he had been doing music for probably like 6 months.
Okay.
Almost a year at this point. From I'm saying, he hadn't even dropped Replacement Girl yet. Like, he still had some hot records, but this is when him and Nicholas F were working together.
Okay.
And, this guy called Uncle H, like Hugh was managing Nick, and he was partially managing Drake for a little bit. And he came down to Richmond and got me. We went to Virginia Beach, and I'm hanging with them, Drake, who turned out to be the #1 artist in the world,
It's crazy, right?
Like, yeah, and I think with this guy for a whole 24 hours joking, we got crazy funny stories and shit together, and I'm like, wow. And then another guy, Chris Brown. I used to hang out with Chris Brown when I was in high school, right?
Okay.
And so the night he was on MTV, You Heard It First, he called me like 3 times, like, yo, make sure your pop's turning on, whatever. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Now I look, he's the biggest pop artist in the world, So I'm just like, so I've been blessed to be around these people. So I think to myself, even if it's not on the level that they are at, I know that I've met these people for a reason. I've met other people too, but I just feel like I'm destined to do something that means something.
Definitely working.
Yeah.
So I just have to manifest it. I have to figure out exactly what I want it to be, and I have to make it a reality. So now the goal is to do events all over the world.
Why not?
So yeah. And for a while when I was younger, I was just here in Richmond. I wanted to be the #1 promoter in the city, and I was just dumb because all right, what's next? Did that. You done beat for promoters. You done did all this stuff. You did all these 1,000+ parties, but that doesn't matter next year. What are you doing now? So you gotta be consistent because nobody cares about what I did a decade ago. They care about what's your most recent party. Was it lit or was it empty? Was it dead? Was it lit?
Yeah.
Was it, what happened? Who was there? So now I look at it like, man, when I was younger, I started doing events in DC at this club, Love. I did a few events there, and then I did events every Saturday at this place called Ibiza. The owner put me on, my business partner, and Ibiza was really like my first time being in a mega club. because I was doing 1,000+ people every Friday in Richmond, but they were doing about, I think, like 3,000 people every Saturday. And it was
that club was that big.
It was. It's not open anymore. He sold it. He sold the property, but it was called Ibiza. And I'm talking about, dude, this room looked like, the inside looked like an arena almost.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? They had about 50+ VIP sections that were sold out every week. You know, all types of women
getting
money. Yeah, and they're just crazy. You know, and
it's like Walmart, like a Walmart club.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally that's the size of it.
That's a hell of a visual.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, like it literally, it was insane. The line was insane, man. Like just seeing that, and I was like, yo, this is wild. And being a part of that woke me up too. Like, whoa, it's people out of town. I had people traveling every week. I had a huge guest list every week in DC, and I lived in Richmond. Then this promoter comes to town, Jacob York, right? He's from Atlanta. And he heard about us, and he put us on this event that they were doing for Howard's homecoming, right? Okay. And he was a promoter who did events all over the country, right? Mm-hmm. Something I never thought about. So he hit us up. He paid us a little bit of money to be on this event. It was Diddy and T.I., right? Diddy was Friday, T.I. was Saturday. So he had paid us in advance. Everything was done. We get there. We had a table, everything. Diddy brings out T.I. This is one of the best parties I've ever been to in my life.
I bet you that don't
Diddy and T.I. performed Versus style for 45 minutes straight.
Oh, I know that
Versus,
shit.
this years before Versus even was a thing, right? I saw Diddy versus T.I. live in the club, a packed club with damn near 3,000 people, bro. And that was just insane. They performed all their greatest hits back to back to back. Started from the beginning, went to the most current records, and I'm like, yo, that was a crazy experience. And this dude, Jacob York, does not live in DC. He lives in Atlanta. But he used to be in the record industry. So he has all these people, like him and Diddy is tight. Him and T.I., him and Lil Wayne is tight. You know, so he put us on another event in Charlotte. Went to Charlotte, North Carolina. We just sold tickets for this event in Charlotte. I'm like, yo, I got people driving 5 hours to come party with me.
That's fine.
I mean, not just me, because they going out there anyway, CIAA weekend, but they're
still,
partying with me though. You know, like they think that my logo's on the flyer, like, you know, and I'm like, this is insane. So at that point, I said, listen, I know a lot of people in New York. I did an event in New York, you know, years ago, and then I revisited, and I came up with this concept for a brunch called A Different Brunch, right? It was based off of, you seen that show, A Different World?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 90s show. It was called A Different World. So I was inspired because a lot of places I was going to all just played trap music in Richmond. It was just a thing where everywhere you heard the same playlist, and for 5 hours straight, it's Boosie, Yo Gotti, Future, Chief Keef, like that's all it is, like the entire party. And I'm like, yo, there's more music than these couple songs. Yeah, these artists. And so when I came with A Different Brunch, I said I wanted to be a mixture like 90s till now. I want to hear New Jack Swing, and I want to hear Future. I want to hear Michael Jackson, and I want to hear Drake. I want to hear the best of everything. So the first one I did was in Northern Virginia, right? Because in my mind frame, it was like, all right, Richmond is monkey see, monkey do to a certain point. So when you leave the city, you do something and you make it and you bring it back, that's when they're like, okay, we got to go to this. So I did the first one, Northern Virginia. People drove up from Richmond just because it was in Northern Virginia. It was this nice restaurant. It was successful. Boom. Second one, did in DC. DC, sold out. It was lit, successful. Did a promo video there, like a recap video. Started showing that. Then I did Richmond. Richmond packed out. And so I did Vagabond in Richmond, right? So the owner of Mama J's owns Vagabond, right? Okay, so they did the food. So you already know it was lit, right?
Crazy.
So for those who don't know, Mama J's is like the number one soul food spot in the city or the state, you know?
Everybody know Mama J's, even if you ain't never had Mama J's.
Yeah, you heard about Mama J's.
You already know what it is.
You heard about it.
Pork chop.
Where is it at?
So the owner, you know, he had just bought ownership, and I had did an event there before he owned it, and you know, some of his staff was like, yeah, they could vouch for me. So he like, listen, that's what I want you to do. I want you to give me a check. I want you to deposit a check, and I can't remember how much it was, but he said, listen, if you hit a certain number, I think it was like 3,000 in sales, I'll give you this check back immediately, and if not, I'll just keep this. And I said, okay, bet, dude. So the event started at 12, and I was coming back from DC, so I got there probably like 12:30. At 1 o'clock, he walked up to me, he shook my hand and handed me the check back and walked off.
Wow, that's dope.
And at that point, you know, that was it was packed, you know? So then, once I did that, you know, and I was marketing as a tour, I had people reaching out to me from Atlanta, from Orlando, from South Carolina, from all these different places, like, yo, we want you to come down here. And I was like, I never thought about that. Let's do it. We got on the phone, and next thing you know, I'm doing it in Orlando. I had never been to Orlando in my life. Promoted that event for a month, sold out. Got to Orlando, the lines outside, people waiting in the heat for an hour to get in. You know, popping, right? Went to Atlanta, had never been to Atlanta before. I get there, it's sold out. You know, the owner pulls me to the side. How can I get you to do this every week? And then at that point, I wasn't ready. You know, I didn't live in Atlanta, so I was honest. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, let's keep in contact. So that was a missed opportunity that I should have took. I wasn't in that mindset yet about weekly out of town. I'm like, well, this is another ball game. So when I did the New York one and the owner put me in the kitchen, he was like, yo, how can I get you to do this midnight brunch every Friday? And I said, let me think about it. He said, you're not leaving this kitchen until you give me an answer. So I was like, all right, we talked about it, we did it, and I started doing it. And I'm like, listen, I can do this anywhere, you know? And I'm at my midnight brunch in New York, and I meet this woman from Paris, right? And, you know, me and her exchanged information, and she knew about me through a mutual friend before she got there. And she gets back to Paris, and she like, yo, you should bring this to Paris. Like, let's do that in 2021.
Oh, shit.
And so me and her got that ball rolling, then COVID happened, you know? And so now, me and her, we still talk a lot. And then now I got people that I know in London. I've hit them up. So now my mindset is, all right, when COVID's over, London.
Going global.
Paris. You know, like these are places that I want to go. And, you know, with me doing the brunches out of town, like I want to try to be in 20 different markets, right? So that's the thumbprint. I want to leave that thumbprint there with the brunch, but then I want to bleed out. I want to start doing other things. I want to start doing maybe Tuesday nights in those cities. Then, you know, eventually build up to the point now I'm in all these cities, you know? So this is my company. Yeah. We do events everywhere. We can hire people to work in these different markets, these different cities to help out, you know? And I know how to find the people. Like, literally, it's to the point now I have this to a science. Like, I've never been to Alaska, but I'm pretty sure if you give me like 3 weeks to research, I can throw a party.
That's all you need.
In Alaska. You know, I can throw a party there. I just need a couple weeks to kind of research, to figure the market out, figure out what venues, what type of people, figure out how to find these people, get in contact with these people, how to market to these people. It could be done, you know. But literally, you got to reverse engineer. You gotta attack it to like, this isn't rocket science. This is research, right? Yeah. Because anybody can learn rocket science if they learn it, they research it, you know. So it just depends on how many hours you want to develop to your craft, you know. So
message,
hell yeah.
So you just gotta go in.
Hell yeah. This episode has been dope, man. Very informative. I've learned a lot. I know a lot of our viewership is going to learn a lot from this episode.
Hell yeah, you got to.
But before we wrap it up, I just want to give you a chance to, you know, plug in, you know, everything that you have going on. Let our viewership know where they can find you. You know, the party's coming up because it's about to go to the next level from the way you talking.
Hit me on social media at Juan C4 Pierce. It's Juan C4 Pierce. That's on Instagram. That is on Clubhouse. That is on Twitter. Facebook, you can just type in Juan Pierce. You'll see I got a couple pages on there, but, you know, tap in with me. I also just got my LLC last week. I was going to bring that up too.
Hell yeah.
I want to plug. I just started an online lingerie boutique. It's called High Risque Lingerie.
Oh, yeah, I saw that today. Hell yeah.
We'll be up and running, you know, hopefully within the next week with the site, but people can go to the site now. They can join the mailing list. But, yeah.
Make sure you tune in.
That's it.
Lock in.
You got to tune in. That is LOC. LOC. Not playing, man. Lock in, man. Go tune in, man.